What's good, guys? Welcome back to the channel. And guys, we are back. You know what I'm saying? Took a little break, like 1-2 days, because I've been busy. But guys, we are back. And today we are back with a good one, in my opinion. Guys, we got my guy, Blaugrana Zone. And you know what? Guys, we got a lot to speak about Blaugrana Zone. Hey, man like Kevin, how you doing, my guy?
What's going on, bro? Everything's great. I'm here, pumped, absolutely pumped of how this preseason has been going. I'm ready for the season. I'm ready for the season to get started.
Yeah, bro, guys. By the way, guys, before we get straight into it, make sure to smash up the likes, because when you smash up the likes, that helps the algorithm, the channel grows. And listen, we got some good content to get into. You know what I'm saying? Preseason, he already mentioned, right? We got some news with Casado, Barcelona. I've said it ever since the Nico saga ended. We've barely got news. We had the Rashford week, right? But outside of that, it's been slow. But guys, listen, before we get into it, make sure to smash up the likes and subscribe to the channel. But you know what? We might as well, Kevin, tell the people, bro. You're a new YouTuber. Tell the people where to find you, bro. You know what I'm saying? You can plug your thing at the end, but tell the people, man.
So you guys could find me at Blaugrana Zone with 2 Z's. Just doing a bunch of post-match talk, pre-game talk, going live every now and then. I have 3 videos up right now. I'm going to keep cranking them out, and I hope you guys keep watching them.
Yeah. Hey, yo, big up to the chat. Big up Diamond, my brother. You know what I'm saying? Big up Emmanuel, right? Speaking about Lewandowski, Ferran. We're going to speak about sales later on, bro. Big up Reha all the time, right? Barca wants to sell Casado and Fermin. That's one of the topics, guys. We will get there. You know what I'm saying? But guys, remember, smash up the likes. And you know what? Let's get straight into it, because you know what? Before speaking about the transfer market and also this upcoming season, I want to go back, right? Because this is the first time I spoke to you like on a one-to-one, and I want to go back to last season, because last season, right, we got Hansi Flick, and the season already ended, right? We won the domestic treble. We didn't win the UCL, but in my opinion, I still thought of it as a successful season. I still thought of it as a season where Barcelona, we overperformed, right? Because when Hansi Flick came through the door, we had Dani Olmo. That was it. Dani Olmo and Pau Victor were only 2 signings. And then we see and we learned that Dani Olmo would not be registered the first La Liga game. And I'm like, yo, this is chaos. Real Madrid, they won the Champions League. They won La Liga, and they brought in Kylian Mbappe. To see the way that we started the season, to see the way that Barcelona, how we bounced back, I was like, yo, Hansi Flick, we finally found a manager that makes guys better. But what are you saying about last season in general? You know what I'm saying?
Last season was a roller coaster that it still hasn't ended, really, because we're still having the same registration problems. We're not in the 1-and-1 rule. We can't guarantee players. When we sign them, we can't guarantee that they're going to be on the pitch. We can't guarantee anybody game minutes. We can't guarantee roster spots. So it's a roller coaster, honestly. But I think it also, when you find a true diehard Barca fan, you know that like they're very loyal to the club because of these roller coasters that the club puts us through. So it's a never-ending roller coaster, really.
Nah, but guys, I can't lie. Bro, you can't lie. You had to be, and people in the chat also, right? Get in the chat. But in my opinion, when we started off the season so well, I was like, yo, what am I seeing? Hansi Flick, legitimately, he's legit turning water into wine. He's doing magic. He has guys like Casado. I've never seen this kid Casado before, balling out at the Bernabeu. You know what I'm saying? We went into the Bernabeu, guys. I'm never going to forget that week. We went into the Bernabeu. We destroyed, right, Bayern Munich, right? We also, I think it was Sevilla in that week also. We beat them, and it was an incredible week. That's one of the highlights of the season. I know there wasn't a trophy there, right? We won trophies later on, but that was the week that made me believe that it's not a fluke, right? Hansi Flick, he's a serious man. And Kevin, in my opinion, I think Flick is easily the best manager we've had since Luis Enrique. Let's be real. You know what I'm saying?
I 100% agree. The start of the season, it was a little, I don't know. I wasn't fully convinced until October. There were so many memes calling us October Lona because we just showed out in October, and then we took a little bit of a nosedive. But October was a fantastic month to be a Barca fan. That game versus Bayern Munich was insane. The Real Madrid game was even more insane. I watched them both at a bar, like in my town.
It must have been hyped.
The vibes were immaculate, bro. And I remember walking to that game, like to go to the bar, and there was a car of Real Madrid fans, like 4 or 5 of them. And they put their window down, and they were just like laughing, whatever. I'm like, okay, like we'll see how the game goes. I wish I would have seen them after the game, bro. I wish, because I was
Bro.
laughing, bro. Like
You know where it is, bro? You're just reminding me, bro. Guys, last season we had so many good memories. That's why I was upset that we didn't win the UCL. But guys, we had that game. I was watching with my friends, right? I was at university. I couldn't do a watch along that day. The Benfica game. Oh
Yeah.
my word! I thought the game. I promise you guys, I thought the game was generally over. Keep in mind, we played horrible that day. We were down 3-1. Then the score is 4-4 out of nowhere. I was like, take this. You know, we got lucky, right? The draw. And then Ferran Torres, he boots the ball, and Rafinha's there. And I'm like, oh my word, it's a 1v1. And then Rafinha beats, it was Alvaro, by the way, Real Madrid signing, right? And he scores the goal. And I'm like, and then Rafinha and the whole team, it's like, it's a dog pile. And it's like pure emotions. And I'm like, bro, last season, we had so many good memories. And I don't know if it's going to, listen, by the way, guys, I never want to be negative, but trophy success, it's never guaranteed in football. Guys, we're going to speak about preseason. Everybody wants to speak about preseason. You know what? It'll be the next topic. But, I mean, you got any last words about last season before we move on?
Just that last season was a movie, bro. It was insane. It took me on a crazy roller coaster ride. I think it's easily one of the more memorable seasons in recent memory. And there's a lot we want to forget about recent memory, like maybe 2020 onward. The Europa League seasons, losing Messi, it's been terrible. But like now, it looks like the sun is finally shining on us.
Facts, bro. Guys, we'll get into preseason. You know, a lot of people, they want to speak about preseason, right? Joffrey and all that. I mean, what are you making about Barcelona's preseason so far? Because in my opinion, right, preseason so far, I don't really care about the results when it comes to preseason. I'm more of a guy that when it comes to preseason, I'm more thinking like, can we see a new, like a breakout? You know, like we saw Fermin Lopez, right? We seen even like Lamine Yamal, right? Before he actually was playing, I remember Lamine Yamal, he played in preseason. He cooked Tottenham one game. I remember it. I don't know if you remember the game, but preseason for me, it's always, are we going to see a next La Masia breakout? And some people, they like Joffrey, right? We seen that kid Dro. What a golazo he scored. I mean, what are you making so far about preseason, Kevin?
I think we're just showcasing why we're one of the best clubs in the world. We're showcasing why we were so dominant last season. Like you said, Joffrey Torres, I think he's a gem that we have. And it's really hard to get defensive gems, really, in any club. I think it's a difficult position for a young player to break through, especially when you have a defense as solid as ours. It's hard to get a roster spot. But I think he's definitely making a very, very big push. It excites me as a fan. And it also just makes me feel really old because I'm watching these kids and I'm like, wow, they're like 17, 18. That's crazy. I couldn't even dream of doing that at that age. But
bro, I'm not gonna lie, bro. When you say that, it's absolutely true. When it's like, bro, by the way, that kid's 17. I'm like, bro, he's way younger than me. You know what I'm saying? It's not like it's 1 or 2 years. It's ridiculous. But I'm not gonna lie. Do you think Joffrey, like, in my opinion, I think he should make it because our left back depth, and if Barcelona, if we don't have money to spend on a Grimaldo, I'm absolutely cool with Joffrey playing. But once again, it's just that, like, I don't know. I think it's a doubt because Joffrey's good. Don't get me wrong. But it's like we saw Gerard Martin. He was the backup against what was the team? Inter Milan. He got cooked, right? Now if you choose Joffrey as your left back, you're trusting him on a big UCL night potentially, right? So in my opinion, though, I say this, right? I think Joffrey is good. I really think he's good because, bro, just from seeing him, he's more of an athlete than Gerard Martin. Gerard Martin, he's just not athletic. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, what are you making about just even the other guys, bro, like Dro? Like, bro, what a goal he scored. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I think Dro is definitely the future as well. I think it's very promising. We're going to have – I see us having more players like this, to be honest, because – I think the spark that Lamine left is encouraging all the other youths to really step up because their time is now, honestly.
Now, real talk. Hey, big up Emmanuel saying Araujo after costing us in the UCL. I got a question. Big up Emmanuel, but what are you saying about Ronald Araujo, right? Like, I mean, a lot of fans, let's be real, Ronald Araujo right now, he's like the people that a lot of people, they want Ronald Araujo gone. They want Araujo gone. What are you saying about, by the way, guys, people know me as I seem to be an Araujo defender, but I'm not really an Araujo defender. But it's just that I'm like, yo, I feel like our defense has been horrible. Like, do you remember the last? It's not, guys. Trust me. I'm not just trying to talk, right? guys, like, do you remember, Kevin? Just like we conceded 3 to Celta Vigo, 3
Yeah.
to a bad Real Madrid in the last El Clasico, right? And I'm
Yep.
like, I don't think it's Ronald Araujo only. I think the defense has serious issues. You know what I'm saying? I feel like,
Yeah.
why do we always concede chances? Like, I don't get it. You know, I don't think it's just if Araujo leaves, right? We still conceded 5 against Inter. I don't know why people only think Araujo. But you know what? I respect the decision. But what are you saying, Araujo? What are you saying?
I think it's key moments that he slips up, and he's too old to be having those kind of slip ups in key moments. In our game against Seoul right now in the preseason, one of the goals we conceded was Araujo not having his man marked, and that left a wide open pass like for a goal. And the way that the goal was scored, it gave me PTSD from the Inter Milan game.
Facts, it did look like it.
Right, it was almost the exact same goal, just on the different side of the post. It was nuts, and I really think that Araujo, being as old as he is, I think he's like 26.
26, 20. I think he's 26 now, bro. I think Araujo. Guys, how old's Araujo? I think he's 26, bro. I don't think he's 25.
I think he's too old to be making mistakes at that. He's a veteran. I would trust Inigo Martinez way more, and he's pretty much an old man on our team. So I'm not a huge fan of Araujo. I think we should have gotten rid of him when we could, when Juventus was calling. But we definitely lack defense. So I don't know. Maybe it's smart to keep him for now. But I do know that his release clause is it like expired. Like the cheaper one expired. Now it's back up to like, I don't even know what, but it was on a discount for a minute. That's gone now.
Yeah, I seen that, but now it's like back to I think like 70 million. But you know what it is with me? I'm gonna be so real with you guys, right? I don't know. Listen, so what, are you like Araujo out? Like, would you want him gone? Like, what are you saying about him?
If we boot Araujo though, who can we count on even from the bench? I like Christensen, but I don't know how he will play in very long minutes because we're used to seeing him as a sub for like 30, maybe 40 minutes. So I'm not sure how he would be as a starting center back. That's the only thing that makes me a little shaky. And my other fear is that he goes to another team and locks in and cooks us in the future. Because
Araujo.
Yeah, like
I can see that. I can't even lie. I can see Araujo clamping up. Right? Because we saw Dembele. How many times, guys, people think about Araujo. Bro, do you guys remember Ousmane Dembele for Barcelona in the big games? An absolute no-show. And then what he did to us for PSG, I could actually see that. I can't lie. Bro, I don't even want to think about it. But you know what my take with Araujo is? I just think it's your last chance, bro. Like, I'm going to be real. I'm not going to defend you forever. Like, I'm be real. I don't have any affiliation with any players, right? The best players like Lionel Messi, like right now, Lamine Yamal, Rafinha. These guys, it's easy to defend them because, bro, they win me games every single time. But guys like Araujo, right? Guys like whoever it is, even like a Gerard Martin, I can't keep defending you, right? If you play bad, I'm okay to you leaving. But listen, for me, I don't trust the club if we sell Araujo to bring in a center back. Like, look at all the financial issues. So I'm like, bro, I'm keeping you right now. We're late in the window now, right? It's only 2 weeks until La Liga starts. I'm keeping you. But if you don't play and if you do not perform this season, I'm open to selling. Like, I really am. But I mean,
would you rather we keep him and then sell him to like a big team? Because he's not going to go to a smaller market team. I think like clubs that would be in the running for him is like Juventus, maybe like Napoli or something. And I don't know. That strikes a little fear in me because if he goes to a big European team, it's possible we meet him in the Champions League. So not a fan.
I do see it, but listen, if it's outside of Spain, I don't think the club's gonna worry, right? Because like, as long as he's not going to like Atletico Madrid and we see him twice a year, like
that would be crazy.
Nah, we can't do that. But I mean, what are you saying about Christensen, right? Because a lot of people, right, big up TRX, but a lot of people have been saying because Deco apparently he likes Araujo, right? And if there's any center back that's gonna leave, it's gonna be Christensen for Deco, right? But I mean, what are you saying about Christensen? In my opinion, I've said Christensen, you got to stay fit because as much as people love Christensen, and I like Christensen, bro, the guy's smart. Every single time Christensen plays any system with Xavi, with Hansi Flick, it doesn't matter because he's a smart player. He's got it up here. But the thing with Christensen, his battle is his fitness. You got to stay fit because I'm going to be real. As much as I like Christensen, as much as everybody says Christensen's got to stay, if he plays less than 15 games, bro, You know what I'm saying? What's the point?
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I mean, what's your take with Christensen, bro?
I'm a Christensen fan. I've said it like countless times on my channel, on the panel that we do sometimes. I've said if Flick made the sub for Christensen instead of Araujo, we're in a Champions League final. He's a very smart player. I'm sure he wouldn't have lost his man. I'm a Christensen defender. I'll be a Christensen defender until he leaves. I was a fan of him at Chelsea as well. I've always been a fan of his kind of play, his defensive style.
I mean, I hear it, but you know what? Speaking about Inter Milan, that game, what was your reaction to the Inter Milan game? Because I'm not gonna lie, bro. You know what it is? I was just numb from pain, bro. Can I be real? Ever since that Liverpool game, bro.
Oh,
bro,
man.
I don't even feel pain. Like, it's a bad thing, guys. Like, I don't even feel emotion when we lose. Like, and it's horrible defeats. Ever since that Liverpool game, I'm like, bro, I don't feel pain when it comes to Barca anymore. I don't know if you guys were there when we lost to Anfield in the chat, but oh my word, that was the worst one ever. Ever since that game, I listen. I was sad, but it was just like, it is what it is, bro. What can I do?
I think what really hurt me about that Inter game is that we were so close, bro. And we were losing like 2-0 early, and then we fought back, which is something I don't really like about this Barca team. Is that we care about outscoring our opponents rather than stopping them from scoring. I don't like that style of play, but it does make for a really interesting match, and it makes it really entertaining, and it's fun to watch. And all the highs and lows, it's addicting, but it's also like, I don't know, it fucking shakes me to my core. You know what I mean? But that Inter game, I remember when we were coming back, when the comeback was complete, and then Rafinha scored. Bro, I was running around my house. I was texting my friends like, we're meeting up here to watch the final, like making
Kevin,
plans.
Do not remind me. Yo, guys, I don't think people realize if that Rafinha goal was the last goal in the game and we stood, Kevin, bro, that would have been one of the most elite nights in Barcelona's history, European history. Bro, that's up there with the Chelsea goal that Iniesta scored in the last minute. Bro, if the Rafinha goal was the final goal, I promise to you guys right now, bro, we're looking at it different. That's a historical goal. That's a historical comeback. Going down 2-0 away from home, right? You get your goal with Dani Olmo, right? You get another goal, right? And then Rafinha just ices it. That would have been right up there in historical Barcelona nights. But then guess what happens? A Serbi equalizer. And now we're just in depression again. But it just is, bro. The UCL, bro. What can I say?
It definitely hurt because, like I said, we were so close. I remember when that goal happened, a Serbi goal happened. Bro, I turned off the TV. I went to my room and I just laid down. Like, my girlfriend she heard me watching the game. She was like making dinner. And then I walked past her. She's like, what happened? You guys just scored. And I was like, don't talk to me right now. And I went to my room. I turned off all the lights, everything. I closed the blind. I just laid in my bed. I was like, I can't do anything right now, but like, feel this. That's it. Like, bro, I didn't hear nothing, bro.
That's the thing, bro. Whenever we get eliminated, bro, I'm not going to lie, bro. I'll tell you guys a story real quick. When we got eliminated at Anfield to Liverpool, right? Bro, you don't understand all the smack I was talking after we won the first leg, 3-0. I was like, we're back in the UCL final. We're back. Where's the – bro, I was chasing the Madrid fans. In high school, legit. One of my last years in high school, and I was like, yo, legit, I was chasing these guys. Yo, we're in the UCL final. And then the second leg. Brother, can you believe I left through the back exit instead of the front exit? And guess what? They found me there. They knew I was going to do that. I was like,
hilarious. Oh, fuck, man.
Bro, and ever since the day of the Liverpool game, bro, I've never seen a sad loss ever. But I will say this. I know it's cliche and nobody really cares because we didn't win, but at least in the Inter game, at least we fought, bro. In Liverpool, you know how disgraceful, and I was so disgusted by the team's effort because it's like you just conceded 4 goals without reply. Like, that should never, ever happen, right? At least against Inter, it was like a close game. It was back and forth. It was like it was anybody's game, like there was fight. I cannot tell you that Pedri didn't try. I cannot tell you Lamine didn't try. I cannot say that, bro. But against Liverpool, I was like, Messi was there out to die, bro. Nobody else showed up. So, I mean,
I think with Liverpool, we kind of just rolled over and died. And I really hated that. And I think it took us a long time to like build ourselves back up mentally, like the club, you know what I mean? And like the style of ball that Hansi Flick is playing right now, I think this team could have put up a better fight against Liverpool that year because they're used to conceding and then they stay calm and they fight back. Like they don't lose their heads. I think that team, like, they got too into their head. Their head was in the blender that game. Yeah, like this style of play would have been much, much better.
Yeah, bro. Andrew, I can't lie. And Reha, bro, that intra game was peak, bro. I can't lie, bro. 2 minutes from UCL final, bro. Like, legit. I've never felt that pain since Liverpool. But, guys, I'm not always trying to speak about this. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was supposed to be some good vibes. But I do want to speak about the transfer window, right? Because we've only made 2 signings. I say only, but at least we made 2, right? We got Joan García and Rashford through the door, right? Let's speak about Joan García first, because in my opinion, Joan García, I think it's an elite signing. For me, I think it's a 10 out of 10 signing. The Rashford one, you could say the wages, you could say whatever we want. You could say we already have Ferran, we already got this and that. In my opinion, Joan García is an absolute W sign. In my opinion, it's a 10 out of 10. I think that Barcelona to win the UCL, what do we see? Jan Sommer denied us, right? Yeah. We need to get a goalkeeper. When has Barcelona had a Jan Sommer? When has Ter Stegen stepped up and been the reason why Barcelona wins the UCL tie? We see it time and time again with Real Madrid and Thibaut Courtois. Yeah. I think that this Joan García deal, we could potentially see that. But what are you saying about him, bro?
Yeah, I definitely agree. I think he could be an all-time goalie for us. Like you said, the teams that dominate in the Champions League, it's because they have a superstar goalie. You see it with Alisson. You see it, like you said, with Courtois, with Donnarumma. I think that's what we've been lacking. The fact that we got it done was a shock to me, because towards the end of the season, they were saying that we're not going to sign a goalie. That we saw so many reports saying Barcelona are not interested in signing a goalie. And then as soon as negotiations happened with Joan García, we were able to close the deal. He wanted to come to us, which also helped a lot. And it showed that we have some pull too, because we needed to get that position filled. I think it's a 10 out of 10 signing. I think keeping Christensen should count as a signing, because he's key to our team. So I think that's also really good.
Oh, you know what? That's a shout, because Christensen, he wasn't fit last year. So if he stays injury free, that's legit a signing. Like I'm
saying, I think that would be great for the club. And I don't think that he's costing us that much money either. So it's team friendly. Rashford has been looking good so far, even though it's preseason. So I don't want to get too high on him.
Yeah. But guys, stop speaking about the injury thing in the chat, guys. I can't lie, bro.
Man.
Rafinha, oh my word. You know what it was, bro? Rafinha, bro. I felt so bad for him, but it's football, bro. It's just this way.
Do you remember the memes people were making of Gerard Martin crying, bro? That shit was sad as hell, bro. Like, he was sobbing. His eyes were red. He was uncontrollably sobbing. I was like, bro, that's painful. It was very painful.
Bro, I can't lie. I can't keep speaking about that. But you know what? Going back to Joan García, right? In my opinion, I think that, dude, you said one thing. I think he can be a historic goalkeeper for the club. Like, I don't think people realize Barcelona, the one position that we've really never had is an elite goalkeeper. Don't get me wrong. Valdez was good, right? Yeah. Ter Stegen in his prime was a good goalkeeper, guys. Let's be real. I mean, as much as people hate him, he was top 5 for a couple of years. So Ter Stegen was top 5. Valdez was solid, and he had the trophies, right? And he was big in 06, the UCL final. But I think that Joan García, he has a chance to surpass both of them. Genuinely. I'm telling you right now, if Joan García, if this Barcelona era and this generation, if we can win 2 UCLs, I really believe Joan García can go up there as the greatest Barcelona goalkeeper ever. Listen, I know a lot of people are saying it's crazy, but everything sounds crazy until you actually do it. Joan García, I'm just saying the talent. And have you seen all the reports that basically in training, they've never seen these reflexes ever, right? Yeah, with Valdez, with Ter Stegen. Bro, when all the coaches are saying they've never seen anything like this in training, bro, that impresses me. Like, I can't wait to see Joan García play for Barcelona officially, like in La Liga. But, I mean, you got any last words on him before we move on to Rashford?
I think he's the tallest goalie we've ever had. I want to say he's the tallest goalie we've ever had.
I mean, Szczesny, I think, is taller, but he's not really number one. Yeah, okay. I would say Szczesny is probably an inch taller.
Oh, all right, word. Yeah, no, he's fire, bro. I'm very excited to see what Joan García could bring. I'm considering buying his jersey. Like, that's how excited I am for Joan García to be playing for Barcelona now.
That's crazy, bro. I mean, to be honest, guys, if we move on to Rashford, I think this one is not like, you can't really call it like a 10 out of 10, but I said it's like a 7. It could potentially be an 8 out of 10 signing for me. Bro, if he scores 20 plus goals, it can be a 10. But with this Rashford deal, I'm like, I don't think it's as bad as some people think it is because the Nico Williams money, right? Luis Diaz, there's no guarantee that we're going to register them. There's no guarantee. And for big money, guys, I'm not going to lie. It's just something with Barcelona. When we pay over the odds for a player, and especially in Luis Diaz, I was like, he's not a superstar. Why are we doing it? I'd rather have a Rashford loan and run it back. Like, dude, Kevin, am I wrong for that? Dude, we were a few minutes away from the UCL final. In my opinion, keep the same squad, right? Address some holes, right? And run it back. I don't think it's that crazy. We're still got Hansi Flick. Rafinha's still going to ball out. We still got, in my opinion, the best player in the world in Lamine Yamal, right? So I don't think it's that bad of a signing. And Rashford, he's got a lot to prove. But what are you saying about Rashford, bro?
I like the Rashford signing. I know you said it was like a 7 out of 10. I'm going to give it like a 6, maybe a 6.5 because he's been looking good. But what worries me is that he's a little streaky, and we've never seen like a consistent season from him. Well, at least not in the last like 2-3 years. So I'm unsure how he's gonna look. I'm a little nervous about it because we are investing some money into him, and you know as well as I do, we can't afford to trickle money out from the club right now.
No, I absolutely agree. But dude, I'm looking at it, right? I was saying Rashford has a great chance to start eventually, like maybe in the next 3 months. But dude, the way that Ferran's playing, and you know what? It wasn't even a topic, but bro, I think we have to speak about Ferran Torres, bro.
Yeah.
This guy, I'm not gonna lie, I'll hold my hands up. I was a Ferran out guy. I was like, yo, really? Ferran, I just don't think he's good enough at Barcelona. But bro, the way that Ferran has shut me up the last year, you know what? Credit to him. Because, bro, I'm telling you, he calls him the shark, but bro, it's shark season all year long. Bro, this guy, bro, Kevin, Ferran looks incredible, bro. He's so sharp. He always scores. I mean, what are you saying about Ferran Torres, man?
I've been a Ferran Torres fan since City. I'm not gonna lie. I've always been big on Ferran Torres. Even when he was flopping, I was always doing his celebration. Bro, at my college graduation, I have a picture of myself. I crossed the stage, I got my diploma, and I stopped to do this real quick. Like,
ain't no way.
I did it at my college graduation, bro, because I like Ferran Torres. I like how he plays. I like being a supporter while he was down, and then now when he had his big season, I feel like I invested in Bitcoin, bro. Like he's been playing so well. I'm excited to see what he's going to do this season. I was a little nervous when he was wearing the number 7 because an iconic 7 for me is David Villa. It's very you're putting a lot of weight on your shoulders with that number 7, but I think he's been doing great. I'm excited to see what he's gonna do.
Guys, and in the chat, is it crazy to say that Ferran Torres, like, bro, I'm not gonna lie to you. I think that we play better with Ferran Torres. Like, I think if you have Rafinha, Lamine Yamal, Dani Olmo, and Ferran, I think right now, currently, it might be our strongest lineup. I'm telling you right now because, bro, I'm not hating on Lewandowski. Lewandowski is great. Don't get me wrong, bro. The guy always scores. I always call him Unk, bro. I always say Lewandowski is the only guy that, I don't know, he doesn't have pace. He doesn't have power, but he always scores. So who cares at the end of the day? But I think that Ferran's giving him a run for his money. Well, like, do you think that's safe to say?
Yeah, 100%. I think Ferran. I think it's like some friendly competition, which is always good to have on the team. But it's definitely like an iron sharpens iron type of thing. I would want to see if we could throw Rashford into that mix, into that striker mix, just to see how it looks like. I hope we see it in the last preseason game because it'll be a little bit trickier to incorporate that when La Liga starts.
Now, I mean, I hear it, bro. This is why I like the Rashford signing because do you remember, right? What's it called? Against Inter Milan, Lamine Yamal and Rafinha, we were always saying stuff like, yo, these guys have no rest. There's nobody off the bench. It's Pau, Victor, and Ansu. I'm saying Rashford at the bare minimum, right? He's better to have than Ansu or a Pau Victor off the bench. That's for sure, right? And then on top of that, I think that Rashford, bro, if you're trying to start, you got to compete with Lewandowski, who always scores, right? Regardless of how he plays. You got to compete with Ferran Torres, who this guy, he's disciplined. He's always motivated. He's always playing well, right? So I'm like, if Rashford's going to play, if he's going to get on that pitch, he's got to be playing well. So, I mean, overall, I'm cool with the signing. I think the buy option is $30 million. It's nothing too crazy, right? So, I mean, you got any last words on him? Before, let's speak about Roony Bardghji. I mean, what you saying about Roony? Bro, Roony Bardghji, bro. What are you saying about him, bro?
I really like how he's looking. He's looking sharp. He's looking very explosive with the pace. I think his dribbling is tight. I think between him and Lamine, we have like rich people problems right now. We don't know which one we're gonna use because everyone's looking good right now. We're getting some depth. I think it was very important to not run Lamine into the ground like we did last year. It's not good for him and it's not good for the club. because then he can get fatigued, injury risk. I think signing Ronnie or Rooney, I've heard both pronunciations, but signing him I think was very, very smart from the club, and it was only like 5 mil or something, right? It was a
Bro, he
cheap
was 2 mil. He was 2 million.
Yeah,
Bro,
that's leftover money from the Pau Victor sale. Like,
bro, that's pocket change, bro. That's not even leftover money. That's money that you got in the back, you know what I'm saying? When you need some change and you don't want to give the cashier a dollar bill, you know what I'm saying? That's what it is, bro. Roony Bardghji for 2 million, in my opinion. I don't see how it could go wrong, because even then, right? We keep him for 2 years, right? Bro, I'm gonna be real. Forget about 2 years. Right now, I feel like we could resell him for like 9 million. Easy. Bare minimum, and we made a profit, right? So, bro, besides that, right? I think that Roony Bardghji, right? I think it's very important to have a Lamine Yamal backup, bro. Lamine Yamal, we got very lucky with injury that he didn't pick up a major one, because, bro, Lamine Yamal, I think he had one ankle, but that was it, right? But imagine he got a hamstring. Imagine he got a thigh. It would have been very bad, but I think it's very important with Roony Bardghji. I think he could cook. Bro, you saw his goal in the first game? What a goal. Diego Lasso, bro. Listen,
yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I was very excited from what I saw from him. I think his minutes are going to be really important to our success this season. I could definitely see him having a screamer at the Bernabeu this season. Mark it down, bro. We'll be there. We'll be there.
That would be crazy, bro. I can't lie, bro. Rashford, Andrew, bro. This guy Andrew keeps calling Rashford his glorious king. I'm gonna be so real. Hey, Andrew, I can't lie. That's crazy, but what I will say is Rashford scores 30 GA this season. That would be impressive.
That would be crazy.
You know what you said? Bernabeu. Okay. You know Nico Williams. For me, I've already said Nico Williams, he's dead to me, right? We could speak about the Nico thing, but imagine having Rashford score like a brace or a hat trick at San Mames. That would hit different in front of Nico Williams, because let's be real, Nico Williams, he took us for granted. He took us, in my opinion, he used Barca. I think he used us for a pay rise. But then we have Rashford over here, which a lot of people, there's the debate, is he good enough? Does he deserve the Barcelona move, right? Then, but this guy is absolutely desperate for the move, right? And if he absolutely dunks on Nico Williams, I'm here for it. We will be there, Kevin. We will be there, bro.
Facts. I think, Nico Williams has a hater in me for the rest of his life. I don't care what he does. I'm going to hate on him 1,010% of the time. I want to either go to the Bernabeu or to Athletic Club Stadium this year to watch the game, just to hate in person, bro. Because I know that hate in person is going to hit different. I promise.
This guy said live, bro, forget what's called watch along. Bro said, I'm going to go to the stadium. I'm going to bring a bill. Bro, that's crazy, bro. Kevin, that's legendary, though. But what I do got to say is, do you want to speak on Nico? Because it was, bro, back-to-back summers. Nico Williams, in a way, rejected our club. Like, I guess last summer I gave him a pass because there wasn't guarantees. But, bro, this summer, I don't care, bro. He used Barcelona, and I don't want to see Barcelona ever linked him. I don't care if he's Lamine Yamal's friend. You know what I'm saying? I don't care if he's invited to Lamine Yamal's parties. I don't want to see Nico Williams at this club, bro. After what he's done, bro. But, you got anything to say?
Yeah, I don't like how the saga played out for 2 years. I especially didn't like the way that our club was getting clowned on Twitter by Athletic Club. All their posts talking about some Nico win, Athletic Club win, like, because they re-signed him, and just for him to like put up stinkers. I don't know. I think it's very nasty. I hate the whole situation. It's almost like Lamine Yamal kind of like sweet talked Barca into being like, yo, sign my boy, and Barca was like, okay, yeah, we're gonna sign him. And then he was like, actually, no, I don't want to go there. So I don't know. I think it was like fake. We obviously don't know their personal lives, but if I'm Lamine, I'd be pretty pissed. I'm not gonna lie.
You know what it is, bro, guys? I have a hot take, bro. People think that Nico Williams just snubbed Barca, Laporta, and Deco. I think he snubbed Lamine. Because do you remember Lamine Yamal? He was posting on Instagram about Nico Williams. Yeah. And whenever Lamine always posts, it always happens with the number 10, everything, bro, right? But even when he like does like sneak peeks of like blonde hair, bro, everything. Lamine Yamal, this guy, bro, he's all on Instagram posting time and time again. And he posted about Nico. I was like, is it really going to happen? And then, dude, I genuinely believe he even used Lamine Yamal. I think that Nico Williams even tricked Lamine Yamal into getting a pay rise. I'm like, bro, we have to destroy Athletic Bilbao. But I'm not going to try to keep on speaking about Nico, right? This is a good comment. I actually do want to speak about this, right? Our start to La Liga is pretty tough, right? Reha, it's facts. I think we have Rayo Vallecano, right? I think we have Levante and Mallorca as our first 3 games all away from home. I mean, it's gonna be tough. But Kevin, what are you saying about the start in La Liga?
Yeah, I'm looking at the schedule right now. So we have Mallorca, Rayo
Yeah,
Vallecano, and Levante. I think that those are going to be like gut check games. It's going to be a real like,
tough.
it's going to be like what do you got right now? You know what I mean? Because we're coming back to La Liga as current champions, so we have a target on our back.
Yeah.
Everyone wants to get at the champions. Everyone's going to want to be the team that shut down Barcelona. So I'm sure all these teams have like the Barca lineup on a dartboard, and they're just hitting that shit every day because I know that they're gonna want to like slam us.
Bro, even especially the first game, you don't think that these guys are preparing how to beat the high line time and time again, like in training? Like Mallorca, I always say it, the toughest game of the season, a lot of the times, right? Just to play, it's the opening game. Bro, these guys had 3 months to prepare for you. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
We've seen, I think Barcelona in the last 4 years have only won one of their opening games.
Oh,
I'm
wow.
not even joking because we won it this year with Hansi Flick. But
Yeah.
under Xavi, we didn't win both years he was here. One of the years we still won the title, but we didn't win the opening game. I remember Getafe was one of them, and I forgot the other. But it's like the opening game, bro. It's no joke. So listen, in my opinion, I don't know what to say about it. If we get wins, if we go 9 for 9 in the first 3 games, I'm taking that to the bank. I really am. You know what I'm saying? No, real talk. Because do you remember this year? I think we had 2-1 win, 2-1 win, 2-1 win. I would sign up for that right now if it was the first 3 games. I would. But I mean,
definitely. But I'm already seeing all of the memes, all the people being like, "What a UCL for Barca," or August Lona or whatever the hell.
Bro, I'm gonna be so real, Kevin. I don't care about these Real Madrid fans. When they speak about Barcelona and they're speaking about, remember they call this October Lona.
Yeah.
Bro, I feel like Barcelona fans, we've been a bit nice to Real Madrid because they blew a 7-point lead in La Liga and nobody talks about it. Nobody talks about it.
They wanted to be crowned champions in January, bro.
It's ridiculous. But this is a kind of a crazy take. Andrew saying that Roony will get a hat trick first before Lamine Yamal this season. The only problem, bro, Andrew, is that I don't know if Ronnie's gonna play as much as you think, bro, because Lamine Yamal is still the starter. Lamine Yamal maybe he gets subbed off at like the 80th minute, but unless if Ronnie's scoring games, how is he gonna score a hat trick? That's my one question to that, right?
That's definitely a hot take. When I saw it, I'm like, what minutes is he gonna do that? But
exactly.
if he can do that off the bench, bro, that would be fire. I'll take that any day of the week.
No, for sure, bro. But I do want to actually move on and speak about some recent news, guys, because I think Marc Casado and also Fermin Lopez have been linked with a move away. And the reports, I'll give it to you guys, it's not too strong yet. And I'm about to share my screen. But, I mean, do you got anything to say about Fermin and also Casado? If Barcelona need to make money to sell, I don't know if I'm doing it. But, what are you saying about it?
I'm not ready to get rid of Fermin Lopez or Marc Casado. Do you remember the summer Fermin had last year, bro? Like not only the Euros, the Olympics. Like he's a very, very bright young player. I think at the cam position, he's just as good as any other cam in the world. I think that it would be dumb to sell him. I don't think it would be smart to sell Casado either. I really like these players. They're our homegrown players. So I think selling them would be a huge mistake, especially right now. Because right now, I think that they're still in their developing stages, but it's just perfect enough that they can play on our first team.
No, I absolutely agree because, I'm not selling Fermin. Like, in my opinion, if you're selling Fermin, you just don't do it now. We just sold Pablo Torre. Dani Olmo is going to be the only number 10. And then on top of that, we know, let's be real, Kevin, I like Dani Olmo. But, bro, that brother, if he gets a paper cut, he's out for 3 months. So I'm not selling Fermin. I think that's stupid. You already legit got rid of Pablo Torres, so you can't get rid of Fermin. And then for Casado, what I would say is that I think that he's a good player, bro. I genuinely believe long term, I don't think he's gonna demand to start, but he's a guy, he's good enough to stay. Bro, Casado, if I'm being real with you, Kevin, do you remember the start of the season? Frankie de Jong was injured, and Pedri and Casado was the double pivot every single game. And we had nobody else off the bench. I think even Eric Garcia was the third guy off the bench. He was subbing into games in midfield. And I was like, bro, Casado and Pedri were doing so solid. We started off legit on fire, and that was the double pivot. I think that gives us a lot of balance too. So for me, I'm not selling Casado. I'm not selling Fermin. And if I am, not this year. You know what I'm saying? Maybe in 2 years we can talk, but you got anything else to say about it?
What really sold me on Casado was the assist he gave Lewandowski at the Bernabeu. I think that game was
Oh, that
against
was
Real
a
Madrid.
beautiful assist.
He stays low, and he could also press high, and his passes are crazy good. That pass that he made to Lewandowski had to be timed so perfect. I thought he was offside. I thought
Yeah,
Lewandowski.
bro. Dude, I'll give you another one. Do you remember Casado on Rafinha's hat trick game against Bayern Munich? Do you
Oh yeah,
remember? I think the first goal. I don't know. No, it was the second goal. Do you remember the switch that he had? He
yeah,
wins the
yeah,
ball
yeah.
right. He switches to Rafinha. Rafinha dribbles and scores. But bro,
Oh yeah.
Rafinha has a one-on-one. Why? Because Casado gives him a pinpoint ball right away. He didn't wait. He didn't look around. He didn't pass sideways or backward. I think Casado is good, bro. I think a lot of Barcelona fans, they don't realize how good he is. I think I'm a Casado fan. Like as much as Gavi, right? I
Yeah.
I, I think I listen. What I'm about to say is about to be crazy. I think Casado, the way that he played last season, I don't think I've seen that level from Gavi ever at Barca. Is that crazy to say? I know a lot of people, Coolers, they love Gavi, but I think
Yeah.
technically competent, Casado is very good. You can play any style of football. Casado's chilling. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah. I'm trying to think right now. Well, we haven't seen greatness from Gavi in a little bit of a minute,
Yeah,
but it's also because he's been injury riddled, right? So I don't want to let recency bias take over, but I am a very big fan of Casado. Do you think in like 2 years, instead of selling Casado, we would sell Gavi, or do you not see us selling Gavi ever?
I think, bro. Okay, guys, if we're being keeping it real, right? Eventually, Barcelona will have to sell. Eventually, because if
Yeah,
we're being real, if you have Casado, you got Fermin, right? Maybe Fermin's out of the picture because he's the number 10. But you got Casado. You got guys like whoever it is. You have Marc Bernal. Marc Bernal is gonna stay. The club trusts in him. Marc Bernal
yeah,
is the guy that they're saying he's the next Sergio Busquets, the next Rodri type of guy. One of these La Masia kids, one of these guys from the academies, eventually is gonna be sold. It's just the truth, but
right.
um, I don't know who would be. I think it's gonna be Casado or Gavi in like 2 years, bro. If
I
I have
think
to be really
I,
honest.
I would I would rather sell Gavi, one because he's older, two because he's injury riddled, and three because I think we could offload him to a smaller team, so that we don't run into him in UCL nights for sure.
If we had to sell Gavi or Casado, bro, a lot of people are gonna disagree with me, but I'm keeping Casado. I feel like he's just
Yeah,
more versatile. I'm not gonna lie. I think that his first touch is a bit better. I
yeah,
like Gavi, bro. I just think that he has a lot to prove off the ACL. And sometimes I feel like Barcelona, we're too sentimental, bro. Like, you know
yeah,
how, bro, I always say it. One thing that Laporta, he's fixed a lot of things, and we could talk about him next. It's just that Barcelona, the one thing Laporta hasn't done well is sell. We brought good players, you revived the academy, but we
yeah,
just do not sell well. And look at Real Madrid. They sell well. They still do, even though
yeah.
they win. Look at Chelsea. Look at all these teams. I think Barcelona, we got to sell well. And maybe now we need these guys. But in 2-3 years, when it's very competitive, I think we got to start selling. Like, I don't think it's crazy to say.
Yeah, and I don't mind starting with Gavi, to be honest. I know, like you said, like we're a very sentimental club. We want to keep our young guys, especially the ones who run through our academy. But I think in 2 years' time, we will have given Gavi enough minutes to prove himself, and I'm just not sure if he'll be there.
I mean, it's kind of crazy to say, but I do want to actually. I mean, bro, a lot of the people in the chat have got stuff to say about it. I mean, big up
Let's see.
Easy. He's saying, no way. I think we forgot so quickly how good Gavi was before the ACL. That is true. Gavi, right before that, 3 months before he tore his
Yeah,
ACL, that was the best I've seen him play ever, bro. Like he was kind of getting into his playmaking bag. He looked a bit better. I have no doubt he's gonna be back in the same form. To be fair, I will give Gavi. Did you see that goal that he scored in the seven
yeah,
three? What a
hmm
goal,
yeah,
bro!
yeah,
That I think that was the best goal we scored. It looked like hot potato, one pass, two pass, and then Gavi on that. You know what I'm saying? The half
yeah,
turn,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
first the left foot. That was a beautiful goal. But if Gavi performs this season, obviously I'm gonna think differently. I think that what it is, Kevin. It's not, bro. And chat, we don't hate any of the players. I really don't. But it's just that we got to keep it real. And me and Kevin, right? We're content creators. We're out here. We're speaking about the uncomfortable topics that, I'll be real, a lot of other content creators, they don't really speak about. So when
Right.
we're speaking about sales, people get personal. When we speak about transfers, though, everybody wants to jump in. It's just how football works. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah, yeah. That's facts. I really like that our club put trust in Marc Bernal after his injury, because I,
Yeah.
I think it's very easy for a player's psyche to get broken. especially when you have an injury like that, being so young, it would have been easy for the club to be like, okay, put him to a side, whatever. Let's go crank out a new one at La Masia. But I like that we gave him a long-term contract right after, just to tell him like, hey, bro, just get better, and we're gonna wait for you back on the field.
Hey, yo, big up Utam. This ideally is what I want. I don't want anybody to be sold, but I don't think, by the way, I think this is all paper talk. I think it's just Barcelona feeding us something because let's be real. I don't know, Kevin, bro, the transfer news, it's been so cold in Barcelona. We've got nothing. Legit, for the past couple weeks, it's been very cold, but I'm not really buying into it. And Andrew, I absolutely agree. I think Casado is a baller, but I do want to go back and speak about preseason some more because, I mean, Kevin, in my opinion, what I've noticed the biggest thing from preseason, and I don't know if you're going to agree with me, right? I think you will, is that our squad depth is low-key becoming very good, right? When I'm seeing the second team come in the second half, and I'm seeing so many guys that I'm like, yeah, he's good enough to play here. Oh, yeah, I can rely on him. And it's like half of the second squad. We legit got a squad of like 18, 19, 20 players that I actually rely on. Jan Laporta, Barcelona, we've got a squad. That's the biggest thing that I'm taking away from this preseason. I mean, would you agree with that?
Yeah, 100%. I think our squad depth is looking miles better than it was last season. And like I said this on my channel in my post game talk that we're having rich people problems. We're having first world issues. We have an abundance of players that we can trust. It's just about where we're gonna put these players and when they're gonna play.
Bro, I absolutely agree, bro. You legit are saying, bro, rich people problems. Do you remember when Barcelona, when we were fully in the mud in like 2020, in 2021? Oh my word. We had Serginho Dest at right wing.
I was just going to say that, bro.
Oh my, Dest, bro. It was ridiculous. I was like, Laporta, how are you going to get this out of this mud, bro? Right. And this guy was saying in like 3-4 years, we'll be back. And bro, look at Jan Laporta. In 3-4 years, look at the squad that he's built. Even if you hate Jan Laporta, one thing that I always say is give credit where credit's due. I know a lot of people, they say, Jan Laporta, he lies. Jan Laporta, he does this. Jan Laporta said he's going to do this, and he didn't do it. Bro, once again, let me just say this. Look at the squad Jan Laporta has built in 4 years. Imagine, Kevin, maybe I'm being too optimistic, but bro, give Jan Laporta another 3-4 years. What can we expect from the squad? This is the guy who had prime Barcelona winning trophies with Thierry and guys like Ronald. I don't think Ronaldinho was there. Actually, Jan Laporta signed Ronaldinho. I remember the famous picture. So, I mean, you got anything to say? Because in my opinion, I think Jan Laporta, he's overhated, but I do understand why people do not like him. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I think he's one of those figures at Barcelona that are very polarizing. Depending on who you ask, they either love him or they hate him. There's nobody in between. I'm a fan of what he's doing right now. Like you said, I think in 4 years he could take the club even further. Because look where he's taken us in the last 4 years. I'm optimistic. It's not that I don't want to be optimistic, but I don't want to get too high up. And then if we eventually crash, the fall is gonna be harsh.
Yeah, bro, I hear it. But dude, no, this is the thing, bro. Yeah, like forget about even building a squad, bro. Like look at Jan Laporta, the business side of Barcelona. Forget about this agent tour, bro. Yeah. Dude, can we speak about the Spotify deal that we have, bro?
Yeah.
Like, I remember, Kevin, we were getting trolled. Everybody was saying, oh, the Spotify can't move, right? Barcelona, like, bro, what? Do they get, like, Spotify premium? Bro, real talk, Kevin. Now we're looking at that Spotify deal. One of the best sports deals I've ever seen, right? We had Travis Scott. We've had so many big artists. I think, like, Coldplay were there, bro. So many. And then it's just smart because now all these guys – they're gonna buy that El Clasico jersey because it looks sick. It's Travis Scott, you know what I'm saying? So I think that Jan Laporta is doing a lot of things under the radar, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I think on the business side, he's been absolutely cooking. The Nike extension is fire. The Spotify deal, I think we locked in with them for 9 years. So I think like if that eventually runs out, it's going to be something that we can like sign again with them. And I think it's only going to bring money to our club because there's always going to be like hot music, like fresh music, like, and there's always going to be like good artists to put on our jerseys, like the Karol G kit, the Drake kit.
We got Drake. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I think Taylor, bro, I'm going to be real. I think it was between Travis and Taylor Swift for the last one. I think we're going to get Taylor Swift for the next one because she missed out. You know what I'm saying? I think that's what's going to happen. So it's like, bro, every single time you're getting Drake, you're getting Taylor Swift. Bro, forget about even like Barca fans. Bro, you don't think that Drake fans, They see a Barca jersey. Oh, it looks nice. You know what? I'm gonna buy this because I'm a Drake. Bro, I think it's a smart move from Jan Laporta all around. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah, 100%, 100%. It's gonna be
yeah,
something that's gonna feed Barca fans for a long time.
bro, absolutely. But I do want to actually actually no, let's read the chat. I don't want to ignore these guys. Yeah, bro, easy. Bro, this is an absolute fact, bro. I remember in preseason where the whole squad was full of kids that I didn't know because Barcelona, we were truly in the gutter, but it's just like, you know, Jan Laporta, I think sometimes we criticize him too much, but it's his own fault because he's a salesman. He oversays and sometimes he underdelivers. But I always say it, Jan Laporta has the best interest in the club. That's why ultimately I'm a Jan Laporta fan still. And Andrew saying that Lamine is the best player talent-wise, Pedri's the most important player to the team. I absolutely agree. I mean, do you agree with that?
Yeah, 100%. Pedri is the heartbeat of our team. I think we go as far as Pedri takes us. If we win a UCL, I know it's going to be on the Pedri roller coaster. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, bro. If I'm saying something about Pedri, Pedri is the engine. He's like the car engine. And then Lamine Yamal, bro, I don't know how to say. He's the match winner, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Lamine Yamal is the steering wheel. He'll get us there. And Pedri's the engine. That's how I put it, bro. Lamine Yamal, in my opinion, I just say he's the best because he can also win us games out of nowhere. You know what I'm saying? He can bring us back into games out of nowhere. But dude, Pedri Gonzalez is an absolute baller. But I do want to actually hold up. I mean, is there anything else you want to speak about? I mean, we still got a couple more topics, but I'm looking at, you know what? How have we gotten this long and not spoken about Deco? Right? What are your opinions on Deco? A lot of people, right, in the chat, in my community, right, also people that I talk to, they don't really mess with Deco. And in my opinion, I understand it. Deco, you know what? You say first, then I'll say what I gotta say.
I don't think I really like Deco. I don't like the decisions that he makes, the sporting decisions. I'm definitely a fan of Deco out, but I'm just not sure if right now is the best moment because our team is running like a well-oiled machine, and we also shouldn't force him out as soon as the club starts to decline. But I would be a fan of some change for sure.
Yeah, I mean, bro, I'll put it in short with Deco, okay? I think Hansi Flick, this is what I said with Barca boy last time, right? I said, I think Hansi Flick, in my opinion, he's a 10 out of 10, 9 out of 10 manager at the worst. I think Jan Laporta, in my opinion, he's a 9.5 president out of 10. At worst, he's an 8 out of 10 at worst, even if you're a hater, right? He's had his L's, but he's still a good president. I think if you put Deco out of 10 as a sporting director, what is he? Like, I think he's a 3 or 4, if I'm being completely honest, right?
Yeah.
So I think that imagine if we had Alaman, Jan Laporta, and Hansi Flick. That's super serious. And that would be a serious trio for Barcelona. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I hope we could see something like that in the future for sure. It would be fresh. It would be a good shakeup, and ultimately, it's exactly what we need.
Yeah, I mean, bro, I do agree with this statement by Reha. Pedri's not the reason why we don't lose. Yamal is the reason why we win. I absolutely agree with that. Laporta is an emotional guy who sometimes makes promises he can't keep. I do agree with that. Jan Laporta sometimes, like, by the way, right, we'll speak about the Camp Nou next, but it's like Laporta just speaks a lot. Sometimes guys just relax with Laporta's saying. I think he's just trying to hype up the fan base sometimes. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and I don't think that's a bad thing either because like why would he even like bring out some like negative energy with our club? He's always gonna like talk highly, promise high things, even if he doesn't deliver 100% of the time. I don't think he's doing it like to be like negative. You know, he's just trying to like win the people of.
No, yo, Kevin. I like that, bro. I always said, remember when Xavi Hernandez, right at the end, it got ugly and Xavi was saying that Barcelona, this team, I don't know if they can compete with Real Madrid. I was like, bro, what are you saying, bro? You coach this team and you're saying we might not be able to compete with Real Madrid. And for whatever, he has reasons, but bro, you have to be positive. You have to believe in yourself. And Jan Laporta, that's one thing that I like. He's like delusionally optimistic. He always wants the best for Barcelona. And you know what? If you're going to war, do you want to go with like the chief? He's scared to go into war, or do you want to go into war? And this guy's like bringing the radio, you know what I'm saying? He's bringing the speech. He's like, you know what? We're gonna win this thing. I'd rather have that than have like the energy that Xavi Hernandez was kind of giving. I'd rather have Jan Laporta's energy because I think that the players, they can buy into it. We saw with this season, right? So I mean, that's what I would say about it. But I do also. I mean, actually, what are you saying about that before?
No, I just want to say, remember how earlier you were talking about last season? The only thing we had from the transfer window was Danny Olmo, and look how far that took us. I think that also has to do a lot with the mentality of the team, with like rallying the troops. You want like a coach and a sporting director that's gonna like make you run through a wall. You know, you don't want somebody that's like kind of doubting and a little tentative, shaky, scared. You don't really want that energy.
Yeah, bro. I hear it, bro. What are you saying about this question by Andrew? Bro said, do you think if Haaland was on this Barca team, he could break the Messi 91 goal record? I think he could with this team. I don't think he can, bro, because, bro, I just don't think he can, bro. Messi's elite, bro. Messi, the difference with Haaland is that Haaland will score all the chances, but Messi can do that and he can create his own chances. So that's the difference. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I definitely agree with that being the difference. Like Messi wasn't only getting assists, he was creating his own goals too. And I don't think Haaland is that kind of creator. But what I do agree with this with Andrew is like all the crosses that Lamine put that Lewandowski couldn't finish, and all of the crosses that Rafinha put that Lewandowski couldn't finish or Ferran couldn't finish, I think Haaland would definitely find the back of the net. And could he get close to 91? Maybe not, but I can see him doing like
ridiculous, bro.
I can see him doing like 80, 85. I can see him getting close for sure because he's a finisher. He's an elite finisher.
I could see 75, bro. But even that is ridiculous, bro. Bro, I can't lie, that's ridiculous, bro. But that just shows you. I don't think, bro. I'm gonna be honest. I don't think that record's gonna be broken unless they add more games. I don't think it's gonna. I don't think it's gonna be broken because like. If we're speaking strictly goals, Lionel Messi, the thing is that he can just cut in and whip it. Like Haaland can't just beat a player and then do it. But I know what you guys are trying to say, right? But I actually do want to speak about the Camp Nou, right? Because the Camp Nou, listen, in my opinion, right? And also Jan Laporta, he was saying that, hey, we're going to be back. We were supposed to even be back last season, midway for the UCL knockouts. And what can I say, bro? It's looking kind of peak, bro. It looks like the Camp Nou, we're not going to be there inside the club until probably mid-season. So I don't know what's going to happen with the Camp Nou. This is my one thing before you speak, Kevin. I hope that it doesn't affect our FFP because Barcelona, they're going to sell the VIP box areas that I've seen, which is help us for the one-to-one for the Camp Nou. But the one thing that I always say is that, bro, if the Camp Nou is not built and we're not playing in there, could that, maybe destroy our FFP situation? Like, is that why we're seeing the Fermin links, the Casado links? Like, that's one thing that kind of worries me with the Camp Nou situation because Barcelona are relying on Camp Nou revenue and income to even, like, rely on these players that we're trying to bring in. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I agree. I think we're relying on the Camp Nou to, like you said, fix our FFP, to bring us back to the 1-1 rule. I just don't like that we're getting so many conflicting reports of where we're at with the construction of Camp Nou, and we're like, we'll get some reports that we're going to be there soon, and then a video will come out of someone flying a drone over the field, and like the pitch isn't even on there yet. So I'm not a fan of the conflicting reports. I'm excited to see the Spotify Camp Nou. I think it's going to be great when it finally opens. We'll feel like this saga is finally over.
Bro, no, absolutely, bro. Dude, what we've been waiting, bro. The Camp Nou, I'm telling you right now, the first like 20 games are gonna be a sellout because, bro, we've been waiting since Xavi days, legit. And it feels like Xavi, bro, it wasn't even Xavi's. I think Xavi's first full season was the last time we were in the Camp Nou, right? When we won that La Liga, bro. That was the last time. It's been a long time. We've been at the Montjuic, and a lot of people, they don't like the Montjuic. Even Barcelona fans, I've heard that it's far away from what's it called? Like it's in the mountains. I've heard that even when you go to the pitch, the Montjuic, it's so far. The stands are so far away from the players. So, listen, I can't wait to be back at the Camp Nou, bro. I can't even lie to you, bro.
Yeah,
all the good memories we had at the Camp Nou. The 6-1. Oh, my word. Bro, we've had – bro, I remember, I think the day that, listen, we basically booked our way into the UCL final, even though it was a leg one, when we beat Bayern Munich 3-0. Bro, so many good games, bro, that I've remembered, bro. Like, legit. It's kind of crazy we're not been there.
I can't wait to have those memories now at the new Camp Nou. It's going to be legendary for sure.
Nah, bro, dude, people, this is the thing. A lot of Barca fans who are new, they don't know what the Camp Nou is. I remember, Kevin, the Camp Nou. right? This was a fortress, legit a fortress, because I remember we used to have European records that legit would be unbeaten at home for years. I think it was like 9 years, something crazy. Like, and it was ridiculous. And we had all these records at the Camp Nou we just didn't have. Like, it was legit like a 12th man. And on top of that, we just haven't been there. Like, maybe, who knows? Maybe we beat Inter Milan at the Camp Nou. Is that like, nobody ever says that. I think we could have, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I think the like not having like a home is definitely affecting the club, because we don't have that, like you know how like when Real Madrid lost to Arsenal and they were talking about some 90 minutes at the Bernabeu was very long. Like we could have had that kind of aura with having
I'll give you something. Remember when Luis Enrique legitimately said, if they can score 4, we can score 6. And then what happened, Kevin? Bro, you know why he could say that? And we're going to be back, but we're going to be in our house with our fans, with our people. Listen, that's why I was like, people don't remember how good the Camp Nou was. We used to, we were slapping people at the Olympic Stadium. I can't wait till the Camp Nou, even the anthem, bro. Like, it's different, bro. Dude, Kevin, you know what? It's just I grew up on the Camp Nou, bro. Like, legit, I remember Neymar doing rainbows, like Lionel Messi doing madness, Suarez just crazy, just hat tricks, and it's like we've been so far away from the Camp Nou, so it just is what it is, man. You know. Let me read the chat for 1 second. After remembering what about Laporta, I think the reason he fired Xavi and hired Flick. Yeah, bro. Listen, that I did say that, Andrew. I think that one of the reasons why Laporta fired Xavi was what he said and what Xavi was kind of like hinting at, like, can we compete with Real Madrid? And that's, I think, one of the reasons for sure. And Flick is a guy that do you know what I love about Hansi Flick, Kevin? The guy makes no excuses, legit. It doesn't matter. No signings, I don't care. Oh, like, you're not going to give me something 1-to-1. It doesn't matter, bro. I'm going to work with what I have. We got Pablo Torre last season. We have Pau Victor both. Flick never made excuses. That is one thing that I always rate highly about him. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, 100%. I think what Andrew's saying is true. Like, that definitely played a role in Xavi's firing. But what I didn't like about that saga was the whole, like, oh, Xavi's leaving. Oh, he's staying. We're going to fire him. Like that. I didn't like that at all. Not only like because it's our coach, but it's one of our club legends. So
exactly. No, that's one thing I do agree. Like, I'm going to be honest, the way that they went about it is kind of weird. But, dude, even if, like, we're speaking about media outlets, bro, Kevin, dude, like, Barcelona, outside of Fabrizio, but I'm talking about, like, the local reporters, we don't really get that good of news, bro. Like, do you remember everybody was wrong about the Nico Williams situation? Like, it was ridiculous, right? And it's like, I can't believe it. Like, Barcelona, I feel like we're one of the only clubs that we don't have a go-to. And you would assume that Rashad Raymond and these guys, they're reliable. But it's like, they were wrong. Everybody was wrong. And you're supposed to be the guys that are right about the news. Like, that's one thing that I feel like a lot of Barcelona fans are not pointing out. Like, where do we get the 100% reliable news from? Because even with that Xavi situation, nobody really knew what was going to happen. But, Kevin, I mean, you got anything to say about that, bro?
I've never been a fan of Spanish media in general. But like you said, we don't have our version of like a Fabrizio Romano that gives us credible news. I think like Real Madrid have very credible news outlets. Like they're always getting like confirmed leaks. You know what I mean? Things that are going to happen. Like how this whole Nico Williams stuff played out. Everybody saw what was happening. Fabrizio did the here we go already. Like we were just, it was just minutes like until we can get his signature. But I think not being able to give him the guarantees that he wanted caused that whole deal to fall. And the fact that it wasn't reported that way made the fans look foolish for sure.
Yeah, I mean, Kevin, what about expectations for next season? Because in my opinion, I know a lot of people, it's very tough because we're coming off of a very, very, very good season. In my opinion, I feel like a lot of people, it's just that the fan base, we're starving for a UCL. That's the truth. This fan base is starving for a UCL. So even some people, they thought that it didn't matter. We didn't win the UCL. But guys, I'll tell you for free, last season was an amazing season, right? Yeah. What would you say was our expectations for next season, like just overall? Because for me, I'm saying La Liga, bare minimum, right? And you know what? Copa del Rey, at bare minimum. That's what I would say. But would you agree with that?
I definitely think we need to go back to back in La Liga. Copa del Rey would be great. My expectations would be I think that we could go back to back in all three trophies that we won for sure. And if we could do that and get a UCL on the way, It would be absolutely legendary. But my problem or my concern is that the bar was so low last season that we were like surprised by these trophies. Now with expectations,
Yeah,
like
it feels different.
yeah, it feels different. I'm nervous. We're like champions of all these things, meaning we have a huge target on our back. You know how many people want to take down the champions? Like it's gonna be real like a gut test to Barca to see like are we really strong? What are you really made of? You know?
Yeah, bro. Like all these fan bases, like Espanyol, bro, they hate us, bro. We just took their best player, right? Nico Williams and Athletic Club, bro. Their fans, they hate Barcelona. There was nothing really there, and now all these fan base, the fan base of San Mamés, they do not mess with Barcelona. So
Yeah.
we do have a big target on our back. But in my opinion, I just think if Barcelona, one thing you said, back-to-back La Ligas, I don't think we won back-to-back La Ligas since 18-19, since
Hey
Messi days.
yo,
So you know
that's
what?
crazy.
That's pretty crazy. But I mean, Kevin, plug your thing, bro. Put your link also in the chat, bro. Put it in the chat, right?
Yes, sir.
Once again, bro, tell the people where to find you, bro.
You guys can find me at Blaugrana Zone with 2 Z's. Also Blaugrana Zone with 2 Z's on X as well. I'll be live tweeting like games, the links to my YouTube videos. And you can find everything at Blaugrana Zone with 2 Z's.
Yeah, guys, listen, support Kevin, right? Another Barcelona news, what's it called? YouTuber. Kevin, in my opinion, if I'm gonna give you any advice, well, I would say match reactions. It's the easiest thing to start with, right?
Yeah.
People always want to see more reactions, match reactions. But after every single game, if you can, right? I don't know if your work, right? That is what I would say, bro. I'm telling you, match reactions is what makes money here, bro. I mean, not money in YouTube, but I'm just talking about if you're trying to grow like a community. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure. I think I'm gonna start to do more of those. The last one that I did, I posted a bit late because of the game time has been so crazy, bro. The
It's
preseason has
ridiculous.
been nuts. But I can't wait for La Liga to start. We get some like normal games, some 3 p.m. games or whatever, so it'll feel more normal.
Yeah, no, absolute facts. Yo, big up to the chat, guys. Smash up the like, subscribe to the channel, guys. Right? We have Kevin, right? We might bring him on another time, right? You know what I'm saying? Man like Blaugrana Zone. Hey, put your link in the what's it called? How do I say it? In the chat if you can, right?
Gotcha.
And support the guy out, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, you got Football Carnage, he plugged me, right? I'm trying to help out man like Kevin, right?
Sure.
We have Barca Volume in the community. We have Omar BYT. We're trying to grow. Like, let's be real. I always say it, Kevin. Man United, Arsenal, all these Premier League teams, they got, how do I say it? They got a community. But Barcelona, we don't really got that. Like, if we can build one, that would be sick. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. 100%, especially like in the United States, because there's a lot of Barca creators that are speaking like Catalan or speaking Spanish. So I think it's very important to have this community here.
Yeah, but guys, you know what? I'm probably gonna wrap it up here, guys. I'll see y'all soon. Mid-video, probably video out tomorrow. Probably another live stream solo, and then maybe another collab with somebody else, right? But guys, I'll see you on the watch line. I'll see you. Check out the next video. Big up, Kevin. Any last words, bro?
Yes, sir. Visca Barca, bro. That's it.
Hey, Visca Barca, bro. I'll see y'all. Peace out, people.